This morning we're going to have a little jump, my first jump since the whole coronavirus thing, so I'm really excited. I just put up a few small fences just to get us started, and I'm going to hopefully get a little bit of my pivo. And then we will this evening be seeing Ilse from Blackdog Biomechanics. Hey Suze. Yeah, and so she's going to just do an assessment of my position, but that just, it's only like a couple of trots and a couple of canters up the centre line, so it wouldn't be like a proper workout for Suze. So yeah, I'm going to jump her this morning. She can have a nice restful day in her stable, and then we'll just do a little bit with Ilse this evening. So we're ready to go now. I'm going to try and get some on the pivo. Feeling a little bit nervous, not going to lie. I'm not the bravest jumper in the world, but I've just not put them up too big, so hopefully we'll be okay. That actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought I'd be getting in deep to everything, and like, oh, I just thought it'd be a nightmare, but it actually wasn't too bad. Like, wasn't quite as calm and polished as I had it when we were jumping once a week. But yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with it for a start. She got a bit strong, but she hadn't jumped for ages and she was very excited, so that's fine. Yeah, so now I can get back to jumping once a week, really, unless we get locked down again, so that'll be good. Hi guys, I'm done with work now, so it's time to get Suzie ready for Ilse from Blackdog Biomechanics to come. We're going to get her a little bit dressed up because Ilse wants a few photos for a magazine article she's doing, so I want Suzie to look a bit smart. So yeah, we're going to do white bandages and a white numner so she looks nice and posh.
Hiya, so I'm Ilse from Blackdog Biomechanics, and I'm going to give Teal a session. And so what we focus on, or what I focus on, is position, rider position. So we have this new software that lets us track a rider's upper body in full 3D, so I can tell if someone's tipping forward and backwards, leaning to one side. I can also tell if they're twisting their shoulders as well. So it gets like a full 3D picture of exactly how you're moving the horse. So it's sort of like a stride by stride thing. So it just lets you analyse a bit closer, maybe if there's something more going on, if there's a particular area of weakness. And so it lets us pinpoint exactly what's happening. And then I'll work with Teal to help her fix anything. Or some things obviously can't be fixed in one session, but there's sort of things you can say, okay, so I think you have a weakness here. You might want to consider going and seeing a physio or an osteopath. And other things we can work on in the session. And as you can see, social distancing and being careful, so I've got really funky gloves on. So yeah, so that's a little spiel to begin with, and we'll see what happens.
I'm so excited for this. Like, this is such a good thing for someone like me who's got problems with their position. So yeah, really, really excited. I'm going to show you Suzie all dressed up in a minute. Look how smart she looks. I haven't put white bandages on her since before Corona. Damn pretty, thanks. It makes her look chubby when she sits with her hind legs too underneath her. Look at you, Suzie. You're so pretty. Yeah, I just want my hay and to go in the field. Good girl. So now Ilse gets me to do what is my perfect position. apparently. Yeah, so basically I've got to sit up as well as I possibly can so she can calibrate the vest, so the vest knows what my perfect straight position is, and then it will know what is forward, what is sideways, what is twisted, etc. And she's just getting me to lift up a little bit through my left rib cage because my shoulder was dropping a little bit. Yeah, and then she will go back to the camera, and now she's just calibrating the vest. We've got to sit really still and then fold forward so it knows what way forward is. So then Ilse gets me to ride on a circle, and she just videos in slow motion us doing a little bit of canter and trot on each rein. So this is where the clever bit starts, and Ilse starts to record us in slow motion going up the centre line, and this is where she'll get the data for the position analysis. So now Ilse shows me the footage, so she'll show me the videos in slow motion along with the diagrams that show what my body's doing, which you'll see a little bit later on in the video. And then once I know what I'm doing wrong, we then go and work on it and try and improve my position. Hi guys, so we just finished with Blackdog Biomechanics, and Susie's gone out in the field. She's just going to go out for a couple hours, and then I'm going to bring her in because although she usually stays out at night, it's really heavy rain tonight. I know she won't like it, so yeah, she's going to come in and then go out again tomorrow. My hip is really hurting. I don't know if it was like the length of time I was in the saddle or like the changes like we were doing with my legs, like the adjustments we were making, but yeah, I'm in agony at the moment, so I'm sorry if I look really miserable. I'm not, I'm just in pain. So I'm gonna go home and have a painkiller and some tea. So this is the right trot. As you can see, actually a pretty good straight position, a little bit of hunching in my shoulders and just a slight twist from my left shoulder forwards. This is the report that Ilse gave me, so yeah, you can just see there the yellow where I'm just hunching my shoulders slightly and the slight twist in my shoulders, but overall actually pretty good. Then the report goes into a little bit more detail. So yeah, I'm pretty straight through my back, a little bit of hunching in the shoulders as you can see there, not sort of rolling over to one side, which is really good. My shoulders were perfectly straight apparently, which is really good. But just yeah, that little bit of a twist. It's still green, so not too bad, but a little bit of a twist through my body, which is going to be caused by my scoliosis. This is the trot after we'd worked on it, and she told me what my problems were. I think I'd actually overcorrected it a little bit, so I'd started twisting my shoulders left a little bit, and I'd like over straightened, so which made me lean a little bit, you can see there, but that's just from me needing to be able to watch these videos and sort of understand how much, and I should be able to get that right now. Yeah, so now onto the left hand side. Still a really good position in the trot, really pleased with it. Still that little bit of a twist from the shoulder and a bit of a hunch from the
hunch from the shoulder as well. So this is the report for this rein. Yeah, so a little bit more of a twist on this side from my shoulders, and the hunching is about the same. She said that's just cosmetic, really, the hunching. It's not going to make an overall massive difference to Suzie, but from a judge looking at me point of view, the picture will just look a little bit better if my shoulders are a little bit straighter, so that's something I can work on. But you can see everything looking pretty good. Slight drop of the shoulder on this rein, but only very slight. Yeah, and then again, just that bit of a twist, a little bit more than it was on the right rein. And then we're going to have a little look at the left trot after we'd worked on it. And I think my shoulders are looking, the twist is looking a lot straighter there. Still a little bit of a hunch, but overall really pleased with that, really straight in my position. So yeah, the trot looks like it doesn't need a huge amount of work, which is good. So this is her trotting at the beginning. And then I'm going to show a little bit of trot at the end when we'd worked on my position a little bit, and I think the picture looks really, really good. I was able to just keep her a little bit slower in the trot, and I think the suspension through her front legs is better. So yeah, really, really pleased with the results from the trot. Not too much to work on, but there is obviously an improvement to be made, because you can see here we're looking really good. And now we jump into the right canter, and again really, really pleased with this. Not too much of a twist in my shoulders, actually less so than in the trot, just a little bit of a forward tip from my body, but other than that pretty straight actually. So now we're going to have a look at the report. Just the first bit, as there's not much to say, but yeah, you can just see tipping forward a little bit, but the rest is looking really good. And then this was just after she told me to sit up a little bit straighter in my body. And yeah, you can see, I would say that's pretty good there. Not anything to complain about. And then the report for this canter is coming up now, and that, as you can see, all green, not a lot going wrong. So really, really pleased with that. Now the left canter. So we've got a twist forward from my left shoulder, a little bit forward in my body, and also you can see a real twist in my shoulder and my body. I'm just going to let you watch that again because quite a lot to look at here. You can see there's quite a lot of tilt in the back view from my shoulder. And then onto the report, my first red and a lot more yellows. So yeah, a little bit of hunching, but mostly the problem is in the shoulders and the body twisting. So yeah, so looking pretty straight in my back. I think there was a little bit of hunching from my shoulders, but again, nothing major, and she said that is just cosmetic. So that's something to think about, but not something to worry about too much. A little bit of roll to the left, which is what I was saying about my left seat bone coming in towards the middle. A little bit of a drop from my left shoulder, so that's because everything's sort of being sent towards the middle a bit. My shoulder's going to drop. And then we come on to the twist, which is going to be caused by my scoliosis. So that's the twist in the shoulders, and then the twist in the body was the worst one, which is the twist in my hips, which is what I was saying, my left hip. So then we had a little look at the flying changes. So this is my good change from left to right, and it's good because I've not seen it from my right leg's perspective before, but you can see how stable my right leg is and how little it moves compared to the video I did the other day where my left leg was sliding forward so much. And then I'm just going to show you that from the back view as well. Again, my leg is really stable, and I stay a lot more central in the saddle than I was doing the other day from right to left. So yeah, that's good. That's what I'm aiming for. So what we worked on was really bringing my left lower leg back a little bit, and that would hopefully put me straighter and would stop my hip from rolling forward so much. And as you can see, she did jump together behind a little bit, but it is a lot less late than it was the other day. So obviously I'm still working on it and the timing of it, and obviously it's probably a bit of a habit for her now, so it's going to need some training. But again, there, yeah, okay, she hasn't stepped through as well as she does in the other change, but it's definitely less late than it was. So I think if I can really work on trying to bring my left shoulder back and also bring my lower leg back a bit to stop my hip dropping forward, we could definitely get these changes right. So yeah, I know there's a lot of training, but definitely we can get there. So this is the left canter after she told me about it, and you can see I am a lot straighter. I've still got a little bit of a twist, but there's a massive difference when I bring that lower leg back. Yeah, and you can see from the report there, no reds, more greens, and not too much of a problem.
So that was our biomechanics session. I hope that you guys found it interesting. It was really, really useful, and it will definitely help me to improve and hopefully help me with my changes. I think it's really good for anybody of any level to do. We can always improve and make our horses more comfortable by trying to get a better position in the saddle, and Ilse's also really reasonably priced for what she does as well. So again, like, I would really, really recommend that you do it. I also found that it was really good for my confidence, because actually, although my left canter obviously needs a lot of work, the rest of it, my position was really good. And Ilse said that even for somebody without any disabilities, she would be saying to them, like, you've got a really good position. So for me, with somebody like that does have issues with their body, to have a position like that is a real big achievement. And so you know, she said, give yourself a pat on the back, you've worked really hard and you've got a good position. So although yes, I've got lots of things to work on, it's also given me a lot of confidence and made me feel a little bit better, and maybe not to be quite so critical of myself. So yeah, that was really good. So yeah, as I was sort of saying in the video, I think the main thing that really helped me was to bring my lower leg back a little bit, and that really hurt my hip, and that was where you saw like I was in a lot of pain. So I think that's something I need to strengthen. So I'm going to get some resistance bands and do a little bit of training with that. I think I'm also going to have a chat to Martin, my saddler, about whether or not we could, you know, help in any way with the balance of my saddle, to just help me lift my left hip a little bit, to enable me to allow her back leg through a little bit more. Yeah, so a few things to look into. I also want to look into her bridle, because they are cleaner in the snaffle, so I'm wondering if she's maybe not as comfortable in her double bridle, whether that be that, like, her headpiece, you know, that she's not as comfortable, because her near-ack does fit her really nicely and it's like sort of quite loose. So yeah, maybe it's that, like, not helping, or that her bits, she might need a slightly different bits, because I've not like really conquered the bits yet with the double, and I think that it is often all sorts of things that lead up to like a training issue. I don't think it's just my body, or it's just her bridle, or it's just anything, but I think if you can work to get every little bit right, you hopefully will have a really nice horse and a really nice picture at the end of it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought, and please contact Ilse if you're interested in doing this, because she was lovely and really professional. Bye!